Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another Disney video. Today's gonna be a video where I complain. The reason I'm complaining is because I'm gonna be talking about merchandise I wish there was more of at the parks, or maybe any of it all, because in some cases there's none of this stuff and I would love to see it. I think we all have things that we wish we could buy, whether it's representation of certain IPs, very specific kinds of merchandise, just ideas that we've had maybe that we're like, man, if Disney made that, that would be really cool. So these are a few of mine, and I know that you guys probably have some of your own, so I definitely want you to let me know in the comments below, like, what merchandise you really wish Disney made, or maybe there's old merchandise you wish they would bring back. Whatever it is, I definitely want to know. I'm gonna start with movies that I think need more merchandise. And of course we'll do the obvious one, which is Hunchback. You guys know it is my favorite Disney movie of all time. I've done many a video about this, and you can see it by all the stuff back here. But there just isn't a lot of merchandise in the parks about it at all, really. I get it, it's a bit of a controversial one because of some of the adult themes of the movie, but I think that there are a lot of fans of it. You know, it's still being included here and there and things like Happily Ever After. So, I don't know. I mean, you used to have a whole stage show, Disney. Like, why not have some merchandise? What I have back here is kind of it. I mean, this is a really old, like, Burger King toy that Rob found me randomly. Esmeralda was around, I think, for Flower and Garden. There's like a booth. Actually, they do it for a lot of the festivals now with the Precious Moments dolls and different characters. And then I have like my statue back here, which again is an old one. I got this over 10 years ago. I recently picked up this Disney Showcase collection, Esmeralda. There is truly not a lot of Hunchback stuff that comes from Disney specifically. You can find it on Etsy and stuff. I've got my Hunchback ears here, which were made on Etsy. They're amazing. But I just want to see more of that in the parks. Two other movies that I would love to see more of is Robin Hood. I've got this little guy, which actually came from Disneyland Paris, but that's kind of it. I mean, you do see some art sometimes, but again, one of my most beloved Disney movies, and we just don't see a lot of it anymore. I know there was a hot second where there was some Robin Hood plush that was going on, but that was like 10 years ago. And I would love to see some Hercules stuff. Again, you know, we use Go the Distance and a lot of the fireworks shows and things like that. People know the movie. I feel like we just don't see a lot of merchandise around it. So I almost wonder if it could be like a section of a store, or they revamp one of the stores to be like sort of this offbeat IP store. I say offbeat, I mean, I think Hercules is still really popular, right? But like, it's no Beauty and the Beast, it's no Lion King. So it'd be cool if there was like a little area, maybe Hollywood Studios would make sense, where you could find merch around all of this stuff. Because we just don't have enough of it, but I think that the want is there. I did randomly see a Robin Hood shirt like a while back in, Trendy, that was the store in Disney Springs. And so you kind of see interesting things pop up in here and there, but I want like dedicated, like I want to give us some Emperor's New Groove stuff, huh? Like just find a section, a corner of a store that we can put that stuff in, like regularly test out different kinds of IP merch that I think like fans will really like. The next thing I would really like is home goods that's not all about Mickey and Minnie. You do sometimes see some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff or like Haunted Mansion, especially around Halloween. But normally when you do like the home goods section, it's either just like very fairy tale with the castle and stuff, or like Mickey and Minnie is just all over everything. They're in your baking trays, they're on your napkins, they're on your placemats, and like by all means, classic characters, but I just want to see more. Different designs, maybe stuff that harkens to some of the rides, maybe different characters. You see it pop up here and there, but I want like full home goods collections of just different characters. I just need that in my life. Now that I have a house, I want to put stuff into it, but like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of their stuff is just not my vibe. You know, the Minnie apron is cute, but like, you know. So I would just love something a little bit different. Another thing I would love is more music and album releases. I feel like they used to do this a lot. You used to be able to get like Park albums and the Parade album. And they kind of did this vinyl like release of a bunch of movie soundtracks, which is cool, but I want Park stuff. What kind of spawned this idea was I was actually listening to that first initial release of songs from the Cantina in Galaxy's Edge, which I think is super neat. I love throwing that on sometimes on Spotify. It's so weird and random, and I love having it on in the background, but like, I want more of that. I want more access to Disney songs through Spotify. There are definitely great websites out there that are like Disney Radio that pull in Parks music, and YouTube you can search for things, but I would love actual Disney releases. Like I know that they released like the Wishes soundtrack on like CD when people bought CDs. So why not get into digital times, start releasing more of those things on Spotify. You could also do physical copies. Like I still buy vinyls. I have a vinyl record player. I know that's come back and been like really trendy in the past so many years. I just want to see more park specific music releases, old, new, all of that stuff. The next thing I would like to see more of is more books in the parks. As you guys know, I run this Disney book club on this channel, and you can find a lot of books on Amazon. Amazon's great. Don't get me wrong. I like buying things through them. But it would be cool to see more of that in the parks. I know when there used to be that like bookstore cafe in Hollywood Studios, which no longer exists, a lot of them were there. I find that you see them sometimes here and there, but there's no dedicated place that I know of to get them. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I would just like to see more. I would like to see them carry more of the Imagineering books, more of the Star Wars books, more of everything. Like Disney needs like a really good Disney specific bookstore. I would also love to see more prop replicas. I did see like a little bit more of a expensive Aladdin lamp at one point, but I want to see more of that stuff. Like what if we had a villain's range of things? You could get Jafar's staff, or like Ursula's conch shell necklace, things like that, that again, you can find on Etsy, which is cool. And I love Etsy sellers and creators. I think they're amazing. And I'm not trying to take away from that. But I would love to see Disney try their own hand at stuff like this. And I'm talking about like, let's make them expensive collectibles. I'm not saying it needs to be cheap trinkety toys. I think you would find a market for that. I think there's a lot of people who love certain movies. Another couple of ideas that I wrote down is like maybe you can buy Tron discs, like legit ones that I could display. That would be really cool. Or replica princess crowns. Can I get the crown that Jasmine wears at one point? Can I get you know, Aurora's crown? They do have some crowns in Epcot. I want to say it's in like, is it Germany? Wherever the Swarovski crystal stuff is, that's really high end. But I'm talking like more replica true to what is shown in the movie that you could get. I would just love more prop replicas. I think they could live really easily in the Art of Disney stores. And the statues and everything are awesome, and I love recreations of scenes. Like my Hunchback statue is a recreation of a scene, that's great. But I want to feel like I can own something that was like a big part of a movie. Those are some of the things that I wish I would see more of, or any of. Again, love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Especially, is there like a prop, is there like a Disney movie prop replica that you would totally spend your money on if it existed? I would love to know that as well. But let me know your thoughts. What do you wish you could buy in the parks, or even at the Disney store or shopdisney.com? If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe. I make videos every single week. I appreciate all of you spending your time with me. I think about this all the time. It's amazing to me that you've sat down and watched this video and spent some time with me. It's very humbling, so I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great rest of the day. Bye.